Jerry Lane Enterprises present Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen Raising Cane's. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, First South Farm Credit, Pro Drive Outboards, Area Wholesale Tire Company with tire programs for tire dealers, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi.
And I'm Rad Trasher, and welcome to the CCA headquarters here in Baton Rouge.
And I'm Don Dubuque, and I'm glad we are guests of Rad instead of vice versa. Good to have you here, Rad. What's going on?
Thank you. Well, it's that time of year. You know, I usually start making appearances near the summer, and starts in 2 weeks. So here to talk about new rules, new divisions, and a lot of new prizes.
And the fishing is good. We got a great fishing report, Gary. I've been getting excellent reports, and I got to make a trip with Dudley. Heard about all those speckled trout showing up at the bridges at Pontchartrain, and I got to tell you firsthand, it is on.
Well, we held some feel-good stuff for this week, so we wouldn't have to cut it up. Made another trip, and then our annual trip to Dream Day, John Inquest's ranch and them down there and up there, in Clinton. And to watch those kids every year, this is one of my favorite times. I go there and watch them catch fish, catch a lot of fish. I'm talking about brim, hybrid brim, bass, big bass, and all the stuff they do is amazing. So we see that. Also, Chris and I made a trip, our first trip, and we're going to be doing more with HUA. Now, HUA stands for Healing Outside of Army Hospital. Or they say healing outside of a hospital or healing outside of any hospital. And we'll tell you more about that when we get to it. Great segment, a lot of fun, and all for a good cause. Then I got to be the MC of the inaugural Livingston Parish Bass Classic or Bass Championships, and we'll tell you more about that too.
Also got some news items, including the opening of the Louisiana shrimp season has been set, so get your trawls ready to drop. And we'll be right back with Paradise, Louisiana.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at Olin's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. Olin's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
GM Cable, locally owned and operated since 1984, has grown from a one-man shop to a family company with more than 90 employees. For more than 2 decades, GM Cable has established itself as one of the most trusted contractors in Louisiana. GM Cable specializes in fiber optic installation, video surveillance, directional boring, aerial and outdoor construction, and much more. Log on to gmcable.com to learn more about this rock-solid local company. GM Cable, improving the standards of communication.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Today we're at the headquarters of Louisiana's CCA chapter here in Baton Rouge with Rad Trasher. And guys, I got to make one of those trips to Lake Pontchartrain along the bridges. Everybody's been talking about the run on speckled trout, and I can tell you it's definitely on. And went with one of my favorite Lake Pontchartrain fishermen. Y'all know him and love him well, Captain Dudley Vandenborg.
You must have caught the weather perfect too, though. It was a little rough.
Wasn't perfect. It was blowing a little bit, and has been. The mornings are starting off kind of calm, and the winds come up a little bit later on. But I've got to tell you, Gary, even on that northern end of the lake where it was dirty water from water being pushed around from the Wrigley's where Pearl comes in, there were speckled trout in that dirty water were being caught. It was almost the entire length of the 5-mile bridge. You were catching fish from one end to the other. And as you know, today, fishing reports spread rather rapidly, and there have been a lot of boats. Well, we're going to hear from Dudley. He's going to tell you a couple of things. One, if you remember, we had a similar run like this last May, but it was short-lived. It lasted about 2 weeks. It went away, and the bridges never really recovered all the way through the fall. Hopefully it's going to be different. He thinks it is. He'll tell you why. And also you're going to get to hear a little bit about his tagging mission that he's on. He's got a goal of 2,000 fish he wants to tag, and he's well on his way. Here he is, Captain Dudley Vandenborn of Captain Dudley's Charters, fishing on Pontchartrain at the Trestle Bridge. All right. The word is out. The speckled trout are on at Lake Pontchartrain. Listen up. We'll show you how to get them.
You know, this is the time of year, and every year about this time the trout, migrate through here. You can see by the amount of boats they have out here. A lot of people know about it, but it's a good time of year to fish. Fill your freezer up now. Hopefully the fish will stay around. Should stay around for the next month. You should, at least get to the middle of June with them. But the water's a little saltier this year. There's a whole lot more bait in the water, which to me tells me they'll stay around longer. Hopefully they'll move into the Wrigley's once that gets cleared up there. I think they're going to stay along, but I'm always an optimist.
Go.
Used to be at this time of year, you wouldn't have live bait, so you wouldn't see nearly as many people. So you'd come along the bridge throwing Dudleys or other plastics, and you'd work the bridges for them. Nowadays, the marinas already have live bait. Wrigley's has really good supply of bait, and they've been able to keep up. Normally, the bait season in a year like this wouldn't open towards the end of May. So it does. With all these boats going in and out of the boats, it makes it tough to fish, plastics.
There's a lot of these good fish. Here he comes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a red. Reds and trout, they're all on today in Lake Pontchartrain.
Well, the charts are way off. With me, when I go out in the morning, going day after day after day, you know what it's going to do. But the charts are they're almost 4 hours off. So if they say high tide's going to be 12 o'clock, it's really going to be 4 o'clock. And then one of the things about the lake, which makes it different, people with the tides, is the fact that it runs east and west. So if you have a west wind, you're going to have a predominantly falling tide, and if you have an east wind, you have a predominantly rising tide. So you can come out here one day and the wind blows one direction, and it'd be rising all day. You come out here the next day and it turned around and you got a west wind, and it falls 3/4 of the day.
Well, another speck. Now let's get an update on Dudley's goal of tagging 3,000 fish this year.
2,000.
All right, 2,000. He'll make 3.
I think I gotta be close to 600 or 700. I haven't counted them. I'm gonna call a wildlife and find out. But my goal is to do 2,000, partly because somebody did 1,000 last year, and so I should be able to get it relatively easy. And then my goal will be 3,000.
You just got to have your customers keep last.
Well, that, and I go out more times fishing, so it gives me an excuse. My wife normally has something for me to do. I say, Kim, I got to get some more fish to tag to catch up with them.
That's a pretty speck. That's a pretty speck. Yeah. Now, if you're going to be coming out here fishing this weekend, bring 2 things. Bring plenty live shrimp, bring some plastic, and be prepared for some company. It's Thursday. I don't know how these people get off work.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
It's that time of year to get your gear. Visit ParadiseLouisiana.com and click Shop to get your official merchandise online. Whether hunting, fishing, or just enjoying all Louisiana has to offer, get geared up at ParadiseLouisiana.com.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
At Jerry Lane, they rolled the red carpet out for me.
It's always been Jerry.
You know what? It's tradition, it's family, and that's what keeps us coming back to Jerry Lane.
Get the lane, get the lane. Get the lane, get the lane. Get the lane, get the lane.
We're a Jerry Lane family.
All lanes lead to. You can count on Jerry Lane.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and those of you who are regular viewers know you see a lot of kids in fishing on this program, and we got a story today, Gary.
Nothing better than the 21st annual Dream Day Fishing Galore. John Inquest has formed and been starting this thing. Started off with a small group of people. He didn't do it. It's not a fundraiser. It's a fun day. It's strictly for kids and their parents that are patients in St. Jude. And they come from all over, even South America. I've seen one little girl there with 18 years. I've been watching her come, and that's about many times years I've been there. I've been there every year in 18 years, but once, and we sent somebody to shoot some video. But John Inquest and Marty's the head of it. You know, we talk to him. John Inquest just gets out of the way. He lets everybody run it. He don't want no credit, but in fact, he is so busy making sure everything goes right. But you won't believe, a lot of our sponsors are there. And I know Marty and John Inquest, they're big members of the CCA. They always contributed.
They're great partners in the community as well as the outdoors. There's not enough I could say about the Inquist family and the rest of that bunch. This is a great event that's been going on a while, and if you ever get a chance to go, you need to check it out. It is just a fantastic.
Yeah, go volunteer. They can always use volunteers.
Always use some extra hands.
Yeah, but Don, let's go to it. This is Dream Day 2015, the 21st annual.
Welcome everyone to East Feliciana Parish, Clinton. This is our ranch. My name is Marty Inquist. It's our 21st annual Dream Day Foundation Fishing Galore for the patients and families of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's a beautiful day here, and we're just so blessed to be able to do this for these children and families.
Welcome to Dream Day. You're watching Paradise in Louisiana.
Claire LaGrange, and I'm from Gonzales. I've been a patient since I was 5 years old, so it's been 14 years, and it's been a long time, but it's awesome. The hospital's great, friendly people, and I love events like this because it really shows that everybody's willing to help and how loving they are.
St. Jude provides everything that we need for Claire's health. They are a great research hospital. We've seen remarkable strides in medicine since we've been there, and we are just so thankful for St. Jude.
My name's Hadron, and I'm from New Orleans.
Oh, yeah? What you call that fish on?
A fishing pole.
Yeah, that's a big fish.
I teach him how to fish, and I'm going to start teaching him how to hunt. He's a good kid, and you know, he really pays attention to what he's doing, and he's not hard to catch on to whatever you're trying to teach him, so he's a good kid.
You watching Paradise, Louisiana. Go Dream Day.
Daniel Rowe. Where you from, Daniel?
Louisiana.
By the way, Mr. Gary, you can find him on the cover of the St. Jude Promise magazine, and also you can follow him on Duncan for Daniel, Kickin' JMML's Butt on Facebook.
It's amazing. They do everything. The kids have a great time. It's all about the children, and they've been absolutely wonderful to our family, and we couldn't have asked for anything better.
Donna, tell me where you from.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. How old are you, Donna?
8 years old.
Yeah, let me ask you something. You been to Dream Day before?
Yes, sir.
What you like the most about Dream Day?
I like fishing the most.
You catching fish today? Caught any fish yet?
We just got here, so did. But after I get on the airplane, I will go fishing.
And that's, hey.
Reagan Andrews.
How old are you, Reagan?
I'm 10 years old.
Reagan, what's your best memory of St. Jude?
Probably the cafeteria food. First time I had their burgers.
It is all that you hear and more. And we were always supporters of St. Jude before, and we never knew that cancer was gonna affect our family. And it's really humbling to be at such a beautiful place with beautiful people like that.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
How old are you, Lily?
9.
Where you go to school, Lily?
Freshwater Elementary.
Let me ask you, what you think about all this out here, Dream Day?
Awesome.
She's good. We're almost wrapped up. We got about 3 or 4 months of chemo left, and then she gets her port taken out.
Well, how's your treatment going? How are you doing?
It's good, but sometimes we get bad news.
Okay, Kinley has been a patient at St. Jude since April of 2008. So we, it's an old hat for us, and she's had a few recurrences. She had a synovial sarcoma in her left knee, and she was diagnosed at 19 months. And we have been battling it since then. She's had a few recurrences. She just recently got done with chemo. We got most of our treatment here at the Baton Rouge affiliate of St. Jude, and she's doing really good right now. So we just hope that cancer stays away, and still hoping for a cure.
Been a long time since you getting big.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How many years you been here, Gary?
14.
Yeah. What you like most about Dream Day? Fishing?
Yes, sir.
He was diagnosed when he was 15 months old with medulloblastoma brain tumor, which is a cancerous brain tumor. We received about a year of treatment at St. Jude. It was chemo, radiation off and on 9 weeks at a time with some new experimental treatments that they had going on at the time. And he was put cancer-free in remission in 2000 and cancer-free 5 years later. So he's been cancer-free for about 10 years now.
Kayla Hernandez, where you from, Kayla?
Monroe.
How long you been going to St. Jude?
About 13, 14 years.
Yeah, and when was the last time you had to go to?
Last year.
Last year. Everything remission? God bless you. Sitting here right now by one of the ponds and catching a lot of fish, and I happen to meet Lisa Kyriakos.
Kyriakos.
I got it. That's a hard name to say. And she's a little bit different. She still comes to these functions, and she lost her son back. So usually this is a joyous occasion, but right now we're taking joy in the stories and the memory of your son. Tell us a little bit about your experience, Lisa.
Well, I can tell you when he was 10 years old, he approached me first complaining that his arm hurt. And so I didn't think too much about it because my son also had disabilities and that he had pervasive developmental disorder as well as ADHD. So he was a very active little boy. And he'd run around and go, "Oh, Mom, my arm hurts." I'm like, okay. Because he was skateboarding, he was riding a bicycle, doing all the things that little boys do. And he called me one day at work, and he was like, "Hey, Mom," he said, "I think I broke my arm." And I'm like, "Well, you know," I'm frantic. I'm like, "What did you do?" He said, "Well," I'm like, "What were you doing?" And he said, "Well, I was in the backyard sanding a stick." And of course, as a mother, I'm like, you know, that really didn't add up. "What were you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm coming home." So I got home. I'm like, "You want to go to the emergency room?" And he's like, no, I think I'll be all right. He said his hand was tingling a little bit. I'm like, "All right, you want to go?" He's like, "No, I think I got it." So the next day I did take him to his pediatrician, which at that point he thought he had a rotator cuff injury. So we went to an orthopedist eventually and got some x-rays, and they said, "Well, it looks like he has a fracture." And again, I'm thinking back to he said he was sanding a stick. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You know, how can you break your arm, you know, or have this kind of injury from sanding a stick? Well, he wasn't getting any better. His arm continued to swell, and so he had an MRI, and the doctor called and he said he has a tumor. So at that point, you know, I'm freaking out as a parent, and he said, "Can you come to Our Lady of the Lake immediately?" Which we did. And I picked him up out of school, took him to the hospital, and we have an affiliate here in Baton Rouge for St. Jude, and it's wonderful, such an awesome resource that we have locally. But they ran a bunch of tests, and they said, "Yeah, this is what we think it is." And it was Memorial Day weekend, so it was about this time of year. And they said, you know, "Pack your bags. In a few days, we're going to send you to Memphis, Tennessee to St. Jude's."
Yes,
amazing. There's amazing team of doctors and social workers and child life specialists, and they have everything you need and everything that you could imagine that you needed to access right there on campus.
What did St. Jude do for you after you lost your son? How did they stay in contact? What did they do that really helped you?
Just the team of doctors and the families, and anytime I see them, and even, you know, even coming here and I see them, they become your family. And I mean, they're just so warm and open and inviting. And you know, even when my child was on his deathbed, the staff from the local affiliate would come, you know, just to see my son, because it was a long-term relationship, you know, over 4.5 years, where they really get to know you.
Everything we hear is positive. They had Dream Day. I've been here every year. Lisa, nice to see. It's nice for you to share with that. That's got to be hard to do.
Yeah,
and
it's a special time.
How about us come making a trip with you on a kayak? They've been wanting me to get a kayak, but if you there, I might get in a kayak.
Yeah, you got to do it.
You want to do a pond, or you want first? Let's start at pond before we go saltwater. Which one you want to do?
I think you up for salt water. Let's do it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Then one last thing I want to tell you right now. This is very hard for her to do, and I want to thank you again for doing it. So,
you're welcome.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
I can't believe y'all brought me out in the blind and we ain't got no food.
Don't worry, Gary. This will be over quick.
Man, I'm hungry.
Get down, Gary. Here they come. That dog loves to hunt.
I really like hunting, but you know what I really love?
I know, Gary. Food.
Now I can eat. Cane's, the official chicken of Louisiana Outdoors. Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Welcome to Lodge, Louisiana. We're here with the PSC guys. We're doing what we always like to do the best, and that's to serve, give back to the guys that have been serving us for years. Hua. That's the name of the program. Explain to everybody what it's about.
It stands for Healing Outside Army Hospitals, and pretty much what it does is it gives wounded, ill soldiers the opportunity to get out of the hospital, forget about their injuries, forget about what they have medically going on, and get outdoors and just relax.
PSC is a company that likes to help, and this was an excellent opportunity to help the HUA program, help our soldiers, and we're just happy to provide the camp, the boats, and have a good time for these guys, and hope they catch some fish today.
We're sitting here at the dock, we got all these people ready to go fishing. Look, the Warriors Transition Battalion, been doing this, a lot of other shows you've seen us do. We do with Wounded Warrior Heroes, Service for Service. This is another one and a very good one. So, healing outside of an Army hospital. Let's go get some healing right now.
Gotta love it. You know Packers fan.
My name is Daniel Nasarovich. I'm a specialist in the Army. I'm from New Jersey, South Plainfield, and I'm currently stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I was deployed in Afghanistan, and I got a gunshot wound in my right bicep, and then my left leg. Those were both through and throughs, and then I got grazes and shrapnel on the other two limbs.
I had a deployment to Afghanistan in 2013. We were attached to a Special Forces unit down there, and then after a few months of being down there, our base came under attack and by sniper fire, and as a result I ended up taking 2 gunshot wounds, one to the elbow and then one to the lower shin. We had a good buddy of mine, medic, ended up getting killed that same day, and so it was pretty tough on everybody.
My name's Eric Hurd, Staff Sergeant U.S. Army, stationed in Fort Campbell. Recently I was in Afghanistan in 2014. I hurt myself, came to the WTB unit and started hula fishing a little late, but it's been one of the better things I've done in my lifetime. I've had so much fun. Never got that deer, but I got a few turkey and a couple of fish, so it's been pretty cool.
You think catfish?
It's gonna be a 2-inch catfish again.
Oh, what the hell?
I was about to give up. I'm telling you, I ain't playing. Chest started hurting, arm giving out, cramps.
I think HUA is important just to, for me, it's great just to spend some time with some soldiers again, and just to help some guys get out of the barracks and do something really cool and enjoy the beautiful coast that Louisiana has to offer. And we might eat a little too much good food and hopefully catch a little fish at the same time.
It takes your mind off of what you're doing medically, you know, all day, every single day. You know, we're at medical appointments, we're at physical therapy, you know, we're talking about you know, our injuries and, you know, what we can do to fix them and stuff. But it's really nice on the weekends to just come out here, relax, enjoy ourselves, take our mind off of it.
Back, nice back.
The number one thing that they tell us, and the number one thing that you should not do is hide in your room all day. You know, definitely get out there, do something, take your mind off of it. Because when you sit down and you think about it, all day, it can really get to you. You know, I have countless number of people that will come into the office after a trip and say, you know, hey guys, thank you guys so much. This trip saved my life. You know, we've got a lot of guys that are battling with you know, not only physical injuries but internal injuries.
Yeah, it gets me out moving. They said the best thing really is to just use it. Use what got injured. Can't beat this.
I gotta catch up. That was grabbing. I think it was
What this program has meant to me is it's just a great way to give back to some of our service men and women that have selflessly sacrificed so much, and getting them out on the water today just relieves them of some of that pressure on some of the things that they're going through. We fought the wind this morning, muddy water here, and it's not all about that. I mean, you know, just the camaraderie and being together out on the water, just sharing the beauty of what we have to offer here in South Louisiana has been phenomenal.
Eric Alreal.
Let us know.
Dan Nasarovich.
Danakan Samunara.
Eric Hurd. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Whoa!
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And Gary, we've got yet another youth fishing event to talk about.
Livingston Parish Bass Championships. I'm going to tell you what, the Livingston Parish schools, the principals, and by the way, I need to congratulate these guys. The Jason St. Pierre, the principal over there, the captain over there at Live Oak Fuzzy Kemp, and then we're down at Dahl, Kenny Mix. They put these kids together and they've been doing it and belong to the Junior Southwest Bass Masters. You're going to see a lot of these names. Just want to congratulate, because this thing is getting big, and we're going to want to thank them for letting us participate. So here's a little short story, and this is the winners at the Livingston Parish Bass Championship. Where did y'all fish today? What area?
In the marsh.
What was the bait of choice there? What did y'all?
I can't remember.
You don't know the difference between spinnerbait or worm?
Oh.
What was your bait of choice? What y'all were trying to fish? What y'all found in your scout?
Oh, finesse worm. We used finesse worm. Nah, I didn't go scout.
Yeah. That's a big fish right now. Where were you fishing, Hoyt?
Grassy Lake most of the day where I spent the day.
Wind bothered it all today, or was just no wind this morning?
Wind killed me all day. I think if the wind wouldn't have been like it was, I probably would have did better than I did.
You had the state championships, now you got the Livingston Parish Championship, and more I look, Bass Pro are getting involved with the youth bass fishermen.
We are.
What got you started like that? The bro push you that hard, or is one thing I know Bass Pro would like?
Yes, Jim and Cindy have been very active in our store, and Bass Pro likes to promote getting kids in the outdoor. We like to get the novice, those people who are older that maybe haven't had a chance to fish. we like to work with those groups and get these people out in the outdoors that like to be in the outdoors. We know that there's several reasons why. Partly because we know the kids that stay outside are not the kids that we have to take care of and get off the streets. And the adults, we know that being outside, being active, it lowers blood pressure, lowers stress levels, and it makes for a healthier lifestyle.
And it helps us make a little money too.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you for what you do, Ms. Arthur.
No, you're welcome.
Very, very exciting to see these kids coming back. When we started 5 years ago, Cindy and I, some of the kids approached us about having a youth program. We started it, and we've had them grow and go, and now here they are. They're coming back, and it's a way for us to be able to give back to the community with these kids and teaching them a way of bass fishing, and that's what it's all about, and it just overwhelms us.
Cindy, seeing them with kids, especially on y'all team y'all got, or y'all tournaments y'all hold.
Oh, yeah, Gary, shoot. Jimmy and I was never able to have kids, but now we have 50+ kids, and we love each and every one of them.
Yes, sir. We fished the Bell River area today. We fish that pretty much every weekend, so have a lot of knowledge of where to fish when the water's high and low and stuff like that.
Here we go to 2015 Livingston Parish High School Bass Classic champion, #1 all the way around, Devin Rowe. Devin, congratulations. But you talk a little soft, but you carry a big stick. You had a great day fishing on a bad day.
Well, today wasn't really the same thing. We showed up, we caught 2, my little sister caught 2, and we went another place, came back there, and that's why I hooked another big bass.
I'm on my 3rd Tahoe.
And I'm on my 4th Chevy Silverado pickup.
Hey, you know I've had 4 Camaros and 5 Corvettes. Got them all from Jerry Lane.
We're proud to be a Jerry Lane family.
All lanes lead to, you can count on Jerry Lane.
The excitement builds for the 2015 CCA Star Tournament. This year's Star is loaded with new ways to win your share of over $1.5 million in prizes, including Tag Trout Division and more paid places for heaviest trout.
Believe it or not, I actually won.
Over 108 days of fishing with over 25 inshore and offshore divisions. We have something for everyone. Be the first to catch a tag redfish and win a new Chevy Silverado. Enter now for just $30 by registering at ccastar.com. Share in the passion and serve our coast.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. We're at the main office of CCA Louisiana in Baton Rouge, and the reason we're here is to talk to this guy, Rad Trasher, about the upcoming Star Tournament.
Well, folks, it's that time of year. We start in 2 weeks. On May 23rd, we'll kick off 108 days of competition this year. Lots of new prizes, lots of things going on. Most excitingly is the new Tag Trout division. The tag trout is an addition to our tag redfish. We're still going to release the 50 redfish. First winner wins a truck, as always, from the Super Chevy dealers. We're also going to tag 50 trout this year. Now, the way this is going to work is we're going to guarantee 4 prizes based on the division. So the first 4 to come in, no matter where they're caught, they will win a $2,500 tackle package. If none of them are caught or just one, the other 3 we will draw at random out of the registrations. It basically becomes a raffle ticket for those packages. The Super Chevy dealers of Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans just wanted to give it a shot, see what happens, and see if we can add a little bit more luck to the tournament, which is always the talking point.
Well, the signature item has always been the redfish, and you tag 10 of those. How many specs are being tagged?
Well, I tagged 50 redfish.
50, I'm sorry, we pay up to 10.
Up to 10, and then we'll also tag 50 trout. And look, you know, we talk about it every year. People ask, where are those redfish? And this is the answer I'll give you. These are where the winners were in the last few years. Caminada Pass rocks, the Chef Pass rocks, the Bell Pass rocks, the rock jetties in Big Lake. If you see a pattern, think about it. Those fish will be in those type of same areas. They're out there. They're in the trout spots that everybody stops at every port. I was in Sippamore Point last weekend. I'll be in Grand Isle next weekend. They're out there. Anywhere you fish in the state, you have a good chance.
All right, one of the main questions I've been getting this year is, what is the Star doing about the red snapper? It's a convoluted situation with federal waters and state seasons and federal seasons. What are you guys doing?
Well, we made the decision earlier in the week, and we are going to go along with the whole summer long term. So what that means is you can enter a red snapper at any point during Star, but when you catch it, you need to be following either Louisiana law, federal law, or Mississippi law, depending on where you are and what time of year it is. And that is on you. And I will tell you, Don, this is going to be a controversial deal come September for us. I'm going to let you know, if you're in the red snapper division, you're going to get polygraphed. We're going to make sure you were in the right area and abiding by the right laws. But, you know, to us, let's let everybody go have fun, have something to shoot for. No telling what's going to happen over those 108 days. So let's give it a shot.
Unlike normal rodeos where they last 2 or 3 days and you've got a leaderboard and you find out what's on the board, this is 108 days, as you say. But you can keep up with it just as easily because of the internet access to it.
Absolutely. Go to ccastar.com. We will update the leaderboard at worst every Tuesday morning. But if we get a big lead change over the weekend or during the middle of the week, we will update it as soon as we find out from the weigh stations. You know, this covers Louisiana and Mississippi. We have 35 weigh stations across the coast. We don't always know instantly what happens.
Well, I want to make sure that you remind them that you can always watch us. We tape on Monday, and we start airing on Wednesday, so you'll know.
That is true.
Sure, he has been very, very.
And as long as y'all have me back,
well, you've been very good at. You've been very good for the last few years about keeping us posted. So.
A couple other interesting changes also, Don, is we've got, in addition to the speckled trout division, we always give 4 Nautic Stars away, first place in each division of the state. This year, we're going to continue those 4 boats, but we're also going to give $2,500 cash to the second place winner in each division and $1,000 cash for the third place in each division. That way, when that big fish gets weighed early in the summer, you still have something to shoot for, still have some cash prizes out there. And then one of the other topics of conversation is we are doing the tag redfish division in Mississippi this year. We're going to tag 25 redfish, see what happens. And we're going to give away up to 2 Polaris Ranger 570s. Just kind of little different twist to the tournament this year.
All right, well, of course, we gave out the website. A lot of the members have already received their notices in the mail. They're signed up. A lot of people purchased their Star tickets at the banquets. If somebody has not yet signed up, how do they do it?
Numerous ways. Easiest way to go to ccastar.com. You can also call our 1-800 number 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It is 877-422-2782. You can go to any Academy Sports location in Louisiana or Mississippi, or any of the weigh stations that are listed. And folks, if you go to almost any port in Louisiana, there is a weigh station nearby.
And how many years has this been going on now?
This is the 21st year. And hopefully it's getting bigger and better every year. Last year we had over 12,000 people fish it. Look, it's structured as a membership drive, and you know, as we pick up new sponsors, we put out new prizes, and that's kind of the product of what we're dealing with.
Ain't that ironic, huh?
What?
Dream Day, 21st year, y'all's 21st year.
This is true. I'm gonna have to talk to
21 must be the day.
I guess so. We were all getting very popular, I guess, in what, 94.
All right, there you have it, the Star CCA tournament coming up this summer. And when we come back, we've got the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
You work hard to protect what is precious. We stand beside you, behind you, with caring doctors and nurses who work at Blue Cross to keep you healthy. You can count on us to help you. Protect every day.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. The only news is not that the Star Tournament with CCA is going to be kicking off, but also some other CCA news. The East Jefferson CCA chapter, a guy by the name of Larry Favalora, you know Larry, they saw on our program a while back that Elmer's Island was getting a little bit ratty and in need of some cleanup, so they put together an effort that's going to take place this Saturday, May 16th, on Elmer's Island. They're going to ask for volunteers, and of course some of the chapter members will be there to do a little cleanup project. They're going to get started at 8:30. It's going to last till 3. They're going to serve lunch and drinks, and they'll have all the cleanup equipment you'll need. So if you're interested in participating either before or after your fishing trip there, check those guys out. That's going to be at Elmer's Island Saturday, May 16th. Also, the big news, Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries has set the Louisiana shrimping seasons. In kind of a different move, they're opening all 3 zones simultaneously. It's going to be Monday morning, May the 18th. The season is set when 50% of the brown shrimp population is estimated to reach a minimum of 100 shrimp per count. Even though the biological data did not support that in all 3 zones, in order to keep them stationary and consistent, they are going to open them. So they'll be open for you on May 18th. If you're a recreational trawler, check the regulations, because in addition to your basic and saltwater fishing license, you do need a gear license based on the size of the trawl.
Well, another big news right now is Safe Boating Week from May 16th to the 22nd, and it's ironic right now, but we have already beaten by 7 people how many people have drowned right now. And most of the 80% of these cases, no life jackets. So Safe Boating Week is coming up from 16th to 22nd to remind all of y'all, use them life jackets, use them PFDs. Be sure you got them in there. There's laws about kids under 12 when you use them, but there's accidents that happened this week. One man stepped in his boat, been on water all this time, didn't know how to swim. Raised on the water, don't know how to swim. That PFD would have saved his life, and there'd be a happier families right now. Don, another safety tip is sunscreen. You know, seeing it right now, I got a spot on me. I just had removed that, waiting on the results. Most likely it'll be cancer because I had 3 of them. So, you know, sunscreen, and number 1 thing, your long sleeve shirts, big brim hats, big hats, and then stay out of the sun as much as you can.
Don't forget the sunglasses too for your eye protection.
There you go. But you know, that's hard for us to do because that's where most of our outdoor activity is, in the sun.
No doubt. And most of us don't like sunscreen, but wear it, it's worth it. You hate to end up with scars like you've got on your own.
Oh, keep talking about it. E15, anybody know what E15 is? You know, that's a big article. Been a lot of press been going on right now. Mercury Motors, with one of y'all big sponsors, and a couple other people. They got on their website. You want to find out more. If you know, make it simple. For some people like me, E10 is what they put in most gas right now, the ethanol. You know how much kind of damage has been causing to outboards, especially people like us in the outdoors or small engines. Well, we've been coming with stabilizers and everything's been helping. But now, some people are pushing the E15. There's also a move in there to let these manufacturers or these refineries go back to making without ethanol. So stay up abreast on this because it's really going to affect a lot of the outdoorsmen. You can go to a website. It's www.nmma.org.
All right, well, and keep
now we got some calendar news, big news now, whenever you're ready. You got one you're going to attend coming up this weekend.
This weekend I'll be at the American Italian Fishing Rodeo. That's going to be at Breton Sound Marina. Also, Jeff Fish Fest is going on too. That's a big one over there in Harahan. You can fish anywhere, and the way you fish in over there at St. Matthews on Jefferson Highway in River Ridge.
Usually these are on our event calendar. You can always check it out. But the Black and Gold, the Alumni Black and Gold, I don't know, it's about the 5th annual, but it's growing bigger and bigger. It's a lot of corporate individuals, but if you're down in Grand Island and you want to meet some of the former Saints players, it's a good place to be at Bridgeside, and it'll run from the 15th and 16th. On Friday, they're going to have a skeet shoot, carpet skeet, and then I think anybody down there wants to shoot skeet, you can pay your money and go shoot skeet on the beach. It's beautiful down there. All depends on the weather. So you can have a busy day down in Grand Isle area or Fourchon and everything with Elmer's Island. And then this is the big one coming up May 22nd, 24th. I'm going to give you another shout out. The 20th annual Grand Isle Speckled Trout Rodeo. Going to crown the trout master down there. So I see you around there a lot of times.
I'll be there.
You know, a unique twist they've put on that rodeo this year, I was talking to Bob Saban earlier last week, is they're giving like a postgraduate award. You know, they're thinking about the students when they first get out of college and they don't have a job, that little lag time between getting hired and graduating. They're going to give them a little stipend there for awarding. It's got to be a Grand Isle resident. You can find out details at the Bridgeside Marina.
Great event. Everybody should go. It's a great way to spend Memorial Day weekend for sure.
It did.
All right, we'll be right back with more. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Who doesn't want to save money on fuel? Now, Shell and the Fuel Rewards Network are putting you in control of how much you pay for fuel. Simply buy whatever's on your shopping list. Clothes, groceries, even dinner out. And earn cents per gallon savings at participating retailers nationwide. Now, fuel prices are in your hands. So why wait? Sign up at fuelrewards.com today and turn shopping power into saving power.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
Welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. And guys, I got to tell you, the biggest news is the speckled trout. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's happy. All the way out west by Big Lake and Calcasieu, I'm getting good reports there. Grand Isle, of course, is on fire. The only thing that's really slowing people down is when the winds have been against you. And there's been some winds along the lower coast. Cocodrie's had a little bit of a problem, and so has Grand Isle on occasion. But the rule is you're going to catch speckled trout. You saw what we did in Lake Pontchartrain with Dudley. That's still going to be on. Lake Bourne should be popping in line with that coming up in the next couple of weeks. So speckled trout-wise, everybody's happy. And one of the best places has been that Chandelier Island chain. Towfield Bourgeois, on top waters, they catching them.
Right. It has. Look, I've been tagging redfish and trout all over the state for the last couple of weeks. It's hard to stay on mission because the trout have been so thick. If you're not catching them the last couple of weeks, you need to find a new area or pick a new hobby. I mean, it has been on fire. You know, Sycamore Point was a little rough because of the east wind, had the atchafalaya coming through it. But the fish are there. But, you know, we ended up catching a lot more bass than redfish and trout. But Grand Isle's been on fire. Cocodrie obviously has been on fire. And like you said, Big Lake is starting to pick up too. So I would say go trout fishing. Enjoy the star tournament.
And I hate to repeat what y'all just got through said, but my reports that came, and it all depends on the weather, the wind. And some guys got beat up Sunday and them, but all the people I know there was Saturday. Even when the wind's blowing, they're going in the back of Grand Isle, and the kayakers are catching them right there out of Sand Dollar. They're in the rocks. They catch them. Some of the hottest baits I've been hearing too is been live pogies. Now, a lot of people know how to catch live pogies. And one thing about Grand Isle, you can get all the live shrimp you can get in the big ones. And if you're fishing in them rocks, you got to learn to free line. That's Tommy Vidring said. When you free lining, you fishing that shrimp is heavy. You have no trouble with a spinning rod and throwing them up against them rocks and let them tides and that foam. You know, a lot of people, when they fished over there at Elmer's Island, and they fishing the islands out there, they're looking for that foam. Off of them rocks, got to be careful, because nowadays, if you ain't got a GPS and you know exactly where you are, if you get too close to them rocks, you're going to hit rocks underneath the water. So protect it. Say boating week, you better protect it. Top water, when in the surf and people catching the fish on top water over there wading, the hottest baits have been Zyra spooks or super spooks. They're using mullet colors or them bright colors, you know, clear and the other colors, they fishing them. All the dogs, the sheepdog and the sheepdog junior, all them dog baits in the middle of us.
In the last 2 weeks, it's been throw it out, and if you can make it walk, they'll hit it. It didn't matter. We threw everything from bone color to bright to red, you name it.
Short truth, the Matrix said the gup, people catching them on gups and the swimming gups, that's the name of all the baits. If you don't find them, the Dudley Blue Moon has been extremely hot, not only there, but in Venice. They're going down river. I don't know how that section of them are doing it when the river's higher than them, but they're catching fish in Venice down river.
Well, before we move on to freshwater, you got to talk about offshore because, as you mentioned earlier, red snapper and mangroves are on every rig. Lemonfish is showing up. We had a new second-place state record caught. Tuna fishing has been consistent when the boats have been able to get out there. But the only thing I really haven't heard, maybe you guys have, is on the Dorado, the Mai.
I haven't heard a lot about Dorado lately, but I think the tuna have been so hot that nobody's paying attention to the dolphin. And then for the short, inshore, fishing like mangroves and red snapper, you see a rig, get down there and start fishing. I mean, they're there. We're hearing them on traditional trout rigs out of Fouchon and some of that. It's easy. The hardest part is trying to catch mangroves and not reds, if that's what you're targeting. But the fish are there as long as the wind's not blowing.
Let me ask both of y'all. You know, one reason you probably ain't catching Mai because there ain't been a lot of rip out there right now this time of year, and the work back and forth. And you saw on the East Coast already got a tropical storm, so I know we got that to look forward to. So, Don, them freshwater, let me tell you what, them the young fishermen, they didn't weigh in a lot of weight because a lot of small fish caught. In Bayou Gibson, Bayou Black, all of those areas they're fishing, they're catching.
One other spot worth talking about, Pearl River, been plagued by high water for a long time, forcing people down in the marsh. That's changed right now. You can get on the upper reaches and make some good catches of both brim and bass on the Pearl. Well, I want to invite you to continue to send your pictures in, your photographs. Make sure you give us the details, the who, the when, the why, and the where, and we'll share that with our audience. Don't forget to get your star ticket if you hadn't got it, right?
That is it. And be looking for those little red tags in trout and redfish.
And we'll be right back again here next week with another edition of Paradise, Louisiana.